This story takes place in a small-town high school, a building with its fair share of secrets. Among the staff was Jess, a cafeteria worker devoted to her faith. But even her unwavering belief couldn't shield her from the dark presence that lurked within the school's walls. Jess first sensed something was wrong in the stockroom. Alone in the dimly lit space, she froze as she heard her name whispered softly, yet unmistakable. But when she turned, there was no one there. It wasn't long before Jess learned the rumors. Her coworkers spoke in hushed tones of a ghostly girl who wandered the school, her presence marked by whispers and shadows. Jess brushed it off, though the unease in her heart only grew. Some of the students, aware of the unsettling events, gathered for a prayer circle in the cafeteria. They prayed for peace and safety. Though the air felt heavier with each word they spoke, it was as if the very act of prayer stirred the unseen forces around them. One afternoon, Jess and her coworkers returned to the kitchen to find chaos. Pots and pans had fallen from their shelves, scattered across the floor. There was no explanation, but the faint sound of a child's laughter sent chills down their spines. Late one evening, as three women walked through the school's halls, they heard it a giggle, soft, childlike, and hauntingly close. They didn't wait to investigate. Their fear drove them to flee. One morning, Jess saw something or someone near the bus parked outside. A tall, shadowy figure stood motionless. She greeted it, her voice trembling, but before she could take a step closer, it vanished into thin air. Determined to reclaim the space, Jess turned to her faith. With a bottle of anointing oil, she prayed over every door and window in the kitchen. But as the fluorescent lights flickered, she couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. The kitchen became a battleground. Shadows moved on their own. Voices whispered in the dark, and reflections betrayed glimpses of someone that shouldn't have been there. The ghost girl was no longer hiding. Jess warned the students who prayed in the cafeteria. Her words were grave, urging caution. One girl confessed to strange dreams and unexplained fear, but Jess could only listen, knowing the danger was beyond her control. Eventually, Jess stepped back. She no longer anointed the doors or prayed aloud. The weight of the unseen forces wore her down, leaving her weary and defeated. The school belonged to the shadows now. The high school still stands, quiet and unassuming, but if you listen closely, you might hear the faint laughter of a little girl echoing through its empty halls. The haunting presence remains, a reminder that some places never let go of their ghosts.